is Supuan Green, and it is a real honor for Kun Akiko Igarashi to invite me here at Shima Healing Institute. Okay, so it's my very first time on Koh Yao Noi as well, and I feel very excited about it and really extra pleased to have all of you here. It's my very first teaching in English session for this year in Thailand. Okay. Right. We have just a short time, so I'm going just straight to the point. The message that I deliver to people, to humanity, wherever I go, is to try to help people with this kind of question. Okay, with this kind of question, sorry. I wonder whether you have ever asked yourself about who you are, why you're here. I don't talk about here on Koh Yao Noi. I talk about here on this planet. Okay, who sent you here? Now that you're here already, what are you supposed to do? What is the goal of life? What is the meaning of life? What is all this things all about? Is it about coming to pay your karmic debt and then go, or what? It can be very confusing, okay? And then unfortunately that the world has been led by, the Buddha said like this, the number of ignorant people, ignorant, I don't mean intellectually ignorant, okay, spiritually ignorant. The number of ignorant people in the world is equated to the hair of the cow, okay? The wise people in the world is equated to the number of the horn on the cow, on a cow. How many horn on a cow? Two. Just two, right? So wise people on this planet is very rare, okay? And then the world is led by the ignorant, spiritual ignorant people. So therefore we kind of, march into a ready formula of life that, okay, now that you're here, don't question too much. Just educate yourself, go out, get a job, earn some money to look after yourself and family, okay? And before long, we become the, what do you call, spinning of the wheel, what do you call? Hamster, yeah. Yeah, you join the rat race, basically. And then another 40, 50 years gone, when you look back, oh my God, this is all I know. I'm so good in earning money, but what for? Because I can't take my money with me to the afterlife, okay? And in between, some part of my experience, I got to say that I hate it, and what all this is all about, okay? So unfortunately, that the world is led by the really, spiritually ignorant people, and then make the world, really off balance and tipping at some point. Okay, so what happened is that it caused the confusion all around. Okay, and I don't know what do I say here. Can someone read for me? Hang on, I read it. In not knowing the answer to this powerful, fundamental question, we are submerged in confusion and mental pain. We spend so much time focused on our life, making sure that we have the best for ourselves and our family. Okay? Yes, life is still work out yet. Okay? Life still doesn't work out. And then we have all these broken down families, broken down society, relationship, and then all these things. So this is the beginning of the question that I like to bring to our attention and find the solution. And this solution, I take the guideline of the Buddha. So basically, we end up like this. Physically, we are very comfortable. I'm sure you all are quite comfortable. you know, you sit very comfortably in your armchair. However, your mental state sometimes, okay, so please have a look of my really humble prop. You've got the body, your body is here. This is the part that you can see in the mirror, okay? Very beautiful, very handsome. Yeah, and then you also have body, mind, and spirit, right? Body, mind, and spirit. Your mind and spirit you cannot see in the mirror, but they do exist. So my point is that I'd like you to notice the way that I portray the mind and spirit. Mind is your thoughts, memories, and feelings, okay? The carrier of all your problem. Your spirit is basically your consciousness or your mental self, your inner self, your true self, your soul, your spirit, your true self. This one is only your shell, okay? This is only a vessel, but the real captain is your inner self, okay? And then your inner self is next door, okay, to the carrier of your problems. So this is the beginning of your problem. So when you are physically comfortable in your, you know, armchair, whatever, your mind, the carrier of all your problem, okay, begin to attack your inner self, your true self, and then this reduces you down to all the symptoms that you call stress, worry, anxiety, depression, breakdown, suicidal. Okay, your mental self, your true self is being chopped into pieces. Okay, is that gentleman? Can you see me? I like to see people. When I teach, I like to see your eyes. Okay, I need that contact, that eye contact. So this is what we, you know, we used to. Okay, I wish I could. What should we call it? You know, what happened? What if? All these things. What if can go on forever? I wish I could. Can go on forever. Okay, all these kind of things, no ending. And it's unlike what? Unlike the light. If you don't like the light, go to the switch and switch it off. But we like to say that, oh, I wish I could switch all this off, but no one can you? Because there is no physical switch. Right. But this is exactly what I'm going to let you know. So, what I'm going to help you is that from now on, if you use my terminology, and my terminology is just so simple. I'm sure you know about Tom and Jerry, right? Okay? So from now on, I'm going to call this part of your life, okay, the carrier of all your problems, your thoughts and feelings, basically. Every problem comes as thoughts and feelings. You bump into someone in the distance and they talk about you, gossip about you. That whole scenery, it doesn't jump into your life form as in mass, does it? It jumps into your life form in the form of energy, or they dematerialize into thoughts and feelings. Okay, so, and that thought and feelings become your problem. So from now on, any problem that you have, I will call with one word. Can you see? What is that word? Jerry. Okay, we're going to call Jerry. So on the day that you're like this, you know, you just say, oh gosh, I've got so much Jerry in my head. and then you know the problem. Because later on, what we're going to do is just get rid of Jerry, that's all. Is that simple? See? It's very simple, very simple. So this is the inconvenient truth that, you know, this wise man have told us 2.5 millennia ago. Parting from someone we love, parting from someone or something we love is suffering. Suffering is mental pain. It's boom, boom, boom like this. Yeah, this is another word, boom, boom, boom. Okay? It's boom, boom, boom. Okay? And then being with someone or something that you hate is equally suffering. Anyone want to disagree? That is not true. Okay? It's not true. It's just so true. But this is the inconvenient truth that we have to admit that is just so true. Okay, so let's have a look very quickly. I will go through this very quickly. That when you cannot find, okay, the fundamental, when you cannot answer the fundamental question about life, that what is the purpose of life, what all this is all about, what is the meaning of this thing, you will have to live with the symptom of not knowing, the symptom of not knowing this fundamental question, okay, that you cannot answer this fundamental question. It just, first thing is anger, okay. Anger is very much like that you are holding a piece of hot coal in your hand, you know, that you want to throw to someone, that person who hurt you. When you are in extreme anger like this, no one in that angry mood can understand reason. They cannot understand. All they can see is that everyone is wrong. I'm right. I'm the only one who is right. Okay? Because you make me angry. Therefore, I have the right, okay, to say or to act, okay, or to do whatever that I think, and I also think that it is justified for me to do that. So in the end, you know, people can conduct all these very ugly moments, and even though it lasts only 2 or 3 minutes, but harm already done. The harm already done, and therefore you cannot return the clock back. Okay, and that person, you got to know that this person who are in extreme anger and this person who is already sober are two totally different persons. And this person who is already sober cannot understand this person who is in extreme anger. Okay? A lot of people say that, oh my God, mommy, what did I say? What have I just said to you? Oh my God, you know, please forgive me. I didn't mean that. You see, once you're sober, you cannot even understand yourself, that how on earth you could say such thing to your loved one. So this happened on a daily basis in family. And this caused all the way through to what? You know, husband killing wife, wife killing husband, parents killing children, children killing parents, you know, sibling killing one another. It does happen. And that is out of anger. So this is one symptom, which is the result that you don't know what the meaning of life. And this is why next time when you see, you know, people who are really legless because of alcohol, don't judge them too quick. No one likes to behave badly like that. No one. But the reason that they got to depend on any kind of addiction is only because they have what in their head, in their heart? Jerry. Yeah, you learn very quick. You learn very quick. Can you see how simple it is? When you use the term Jerry, because they have so much Jerry and they are in pain, and then they want to be released from that pain, but they don't know where to go, because you do need, you know, the wise people who are very rare on earth. So therefore, they have all this ready-made formula that society have for them already during any form of addiction. So this is one way that you can look at people with compassion, without judging. Okay? Because without any judging people, it's not easy. You really got to know all this knowledge first. So this is one thing that I give you. Don't judge people, okay? And this is it. Committing suicide is one of the most popular solution that doing now. Okay? That they are doing now. Okay. Right. And then with this one, I like to say very briefly that, you know, most people take life for granted. And then they like to, you know, compete and compare with Mr. and Mrs. Smith, Mr. Jones next door. Can you see that they have the new car again? Look at our car, you know, 5-6 years we never changed. Come on, we got to do something. You got to earn more, do all these things. But we never appreciate the moment that we get up in the morning, you know. When we open our eyes, we can see the sky, we can see the blue, you know, the trees, we can see a lovely mom and dad, our, you know, partner or children, without being blind. We never thought that, you know. Can you imagine that you're blind and then, mommy, we don't. So the first thing that you should appreciate that, oh, thank God I'm not blind. And thank God I can breathe. Not until you go to hospital, you know, you got the oxygen tank and then each breath is just struggling. Oh, all these things. Before you could really appreciate each breath. Okay? And then you can get up, you know, go to the loo, do your own business with dignity, without no one come to carry you to the toilet. But we never spend a moment to appreciate all these things that we already have. We keep on competing with Mr. Jones next door. We got to have more. And then what? And then before you know, you know, the hamster on the wheel, join the rat race. Okay? So once again, turn your perspective in life. Enjoy the moment. Okay? Enjoy, especially you're on Koh Yao Noi like this. Gosh, you are so fortunate. You are so fortunate. Okay? Right, so this is one thing that I like you to look at life with different perspective. With different perspective. And then, okay, I'm going to skip like this because if you are like that person, you know, who stand behind you, you do everything right by the book, but you have never been noticed. Good grief. Inside you, you've got to be like this. Full of Jerry, right? Full of Jerry. Full of Jerry. Okay? And then, yeah. I mean, every step of our life, it just filled with problem, filled with Jerry, you know, in whatever shape and form, right? Whatever shape. Okay? And this one, I like to explain like this. That sometimes you kind of, okay, I stop. You know what? When you know what you don't know, when you know what you don't know, nowadays is very easy. You Google it, you can ask Siri, okay? Now, Siri or Google, you know what the temperature today, what, so. But when you do not know what you don't know, when you don't know what you don't know, this kind of darkness is very much like you are blind. Not just blind, you put the dark glasses on, you sit in a dark room, no light, you shut the door, shut the window, draw the curtain. It's just so, having so many layers of darkness that you don't even know where or how to pose a question. This is a very deep kind of spiritual darkness that is quite scary. So therefore, this part, if the knower, if the real knower, like Christ, like Buddha, like Mohammed, like Lao Tzu, okay, all these ascended masters, if they did not open their mouth to teach, we wouldn't stand a chance. Because we wouldn't even know how to pose a question. Because it's the darkness that is so many layers, so profound. Okay, so this is it. So when people, but there are so many people in the world that they are really, you know, they are really have enough of material wealth. They don't want any more. They want something better, but they don't know how to ask the question. And they don't know where to go. Okay, a lot of Westerners thought that, oh, Thailand is a Buddhist country. Just go to Thailand. you know, and then you will fall into the pool of wisdom. Not until you come to Thailand. What did they do? What all these spirit house? So, Thailand is a land of contradiction. Thailand is a land of extreme contradiction. Okay? And in fact, I should really tell you that there are two facets of Buddhism. Okay? The exterior is the culture. It's the culture, it's all the glitter about the temple, you know, the yellow robe, the ritual, the ceremony, the chanting, the so and so, you know. But these are the exterior that take care of the essence. The essence of Buddhism is about self-empowering. Okay? It's about trying to help you to understand why you are here for. Nirvana has everything to help you to understand, you know, what's going on in here. But unfortunately, 2.5 millennia ago, you know, the bark, the exterior of Buddhism is getting thicker and thicker and thicker until the essence, the core teaching of the Buddha have almost not quite disappeared, otherwise I won't be sitting here. Okay, but it just unfortunately is not in the hand of the Buddhist officer anymore, not in the hand of the monks anymore. Okay, so that's why this part, it gave me the courage to do this work. Although I don't really stand much chance in Thai culture, in a male dominant, a monk dominant society. So this is why that I don't work on numbers. If Akiko said that one person who I really want to learn from you, I'm quite happy to come because it's worth to pass on the knowledge. Okay, so basically the core teaching of Buddhism, okay, is about self-empowering. It's about trying to find a means which the Buddha already gave us. Okay, that we can work on ourselves so that we can reach that goal. And that goal is something that I'm going to show you. But anyway, okay, so this is about when you don't know what you don't know. So it's in the end, it's come down to your luck. You can say luck. You know, when you stumble onto a teacher who can really help you. So I like to say that the reason that you're sitting here is not a coincidence. Okay, it's something. It's a meant to be. It's a meant to be. Even though it's just a short time, I'm going to help you to have that self-empowering tool that you can take it home, you know, and then change your life for the better. For the better is what I'm going to show you. Okay, so this is about, yeah. No one tells you that, you know, old people have to die before the young one. Okay, so when the death is jumping the queue, the pain is excruciating, I say it that way. So this is the last picture that I like to you to know that nowadays people are in the state of lost, spiritually lost. Okay, not physical loss. Physical loss, you can always find your way out, you know, with your GPS. But spiritually lost is that you can be among a crowd, a big crowd, okay, in the shopping mall, among your family members, your friends, you know. But for some reason, you just cannot connect with them. No one understands what you want to say, and you don't understand their conversation either. And when you try to say what you really have the interest, like, did you ever question about the meaning of life, you know, what all these for? They talk over you. Okay, they will fork out some really superficial, you know, wisdom that they thought that, oh, don't think too much, life is too short to be serious, let's go to have a drink, go to eat, go for, you know, snorkeling, holiday or whatever, and then you forget about it. Okay, this is the spiritually shallow people. Okay, that try to undermine your true interest in life that you want to pursue for something really better. Okay, so this is the kind of spiritually lost that happen to so many people nowadays, because material wise you have enough already, and then you want to pursue for something that is better. Okay, so right. Yeah. So if you cannot see, I don't think they're coming back. I mean, maybe they have to go.
Yeah, take a boat.
Oh, they have to take a
boat.
boat.
Yes.
Okay, yeah. So please, sit. Yeah, please. Yeah. Okay. So I'm going to give you the summary again. Okay. If you don't mind, just put this chair just on this spot. Don't drop the computer. Yeah. There we go.
Yes.
Yeah. Turn the thing to. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So I'm going to give you a summary again that parting from someone or something we love is suffering, or being with someone or something we don't love or hate is equally suffering. Okay, and that is the detail, the symptom of the suffering. So basically, all these problems that I have, told you, I would like to ask all of you: is there anyone, okay, who never, who don't agree with this, or never have any kind of those symptoms that I just showed you? Okay, any disagreement? Is there anyone want to disagree that, you never have any of these symptoms, never feel lonely, never feel, isolated, never feel sad, never feel angry, never feel stress, never have any fear, never have any this and that? Is there anyone? No, I don't think so. I really don't think so. Okay? Because all of this all happened to you. Okay. So yeah, some of you might be surely, life must have some really nice thing. Yes, of course. Yes, of course. I'll tell you later. But that is not the cause for you to sit here. The reason that you want to sit here and listen to all this because you are searching for something that is greater for your life. Okay, so basically, you have learned about the first noble truth. I don't know whether it's 8 minutes or not. Maybe 15 minutes is still good. Well done. Okay, if you don't raise your hands, okay, it means that you have already admit that you have problem. What kind of problem? You admit that you have the first noble truth of suffering or mental pain within you. And this part is very important that you have to admit that you have. It's just like when you go to the Alcohol Anonymous, the very first thing you have to get up and say that my name is Supawan and I am an alcoholic, I need help. Okay? Likewise, okay, you got to admit that I do have mental pain and I need help. Okay, so it means that you don't have to go to the Dharma book, the Pali Canon, which have about 12 volumes talking about the first noble truth. There is no need for you to do that. You have graduated the first noble truth, okay? Because you have admit that you have problem. Well done, congratulations. So once you admit that you have problem, okay? Once you admit you have problem, we can delve into, So going along with your thought is similar to your mental self being lost in a giant maze, and of course you want someone to pluck you out, okay? So let's admit that we need help getting us out of this giant maze of life, right? Yes. So let's move on to the better news. Now that we admit the inconvenient truth of suffering, here is the good news for you. And this good news, it so happened, okay, on the night of the Buddha's enlightenment. Okay, yeah. So the Buddha have found an awesome experience when all the mental pain have vanished. Vanished. So before the enlightenment of the Buddha, this is what happened to him. Boom, boom, boom. His mental self, his true self, is being hit by a whole army of Jerry, all the same as the rest of humanity. Okay? And that caused him to search for something better. And then he found it on the night of the enlightenment. On that night, he found another experience, which is totally in the opposite from this boom, boom, boom. Totally in the opposite. Before that, he was like this. And then on that night, he stumbled onto this experience and he knew right away that this is it. This is it. Do you mind to stop and then start one more clip?